Ready? Go for it.
This concludes the workshop of the McAllen City Commission.
And the workshop is adjourned.
Workshops are held on the second and fourth Monday of each month at 4 p.m. in the City Commission chamber, located on the third floor of McAllen City Hall. The public is always welcome to attend or view online. Thank you for staying informed and engaged with the City of McAllen. And now, from McAllen City Hall, a meeting of the McAllen City Commission.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's City Commission meeting. We'll begin with a Pledge of Allegiance, followed by an invocation by Commissioner Aguirre.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's remain standing and bow our heads, please. Almighty God, we thank you for the privilege of gathering today. Grant us a clear vision to look beyond the immediate task of this moment. Help us to see vast potential for positive growth within our community. Inspire us to look beyond our current achievements toward even greater possibilities. Fill our hearts with cooperation, enthusiasm, and an unfulfilled commitment to excellence. May our shared dedication bring forward the best ideas for the common good. Bless this body with wisdom, steady encouragement, and enduring optimism. Keep your eyes focused on opportunity, harmony, and a bright future for all. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, we have a proclamation, but before that, I just want to wish Commissioner Aguirre, who'll be having a birthday in a few days. We won't see him, so happy birthday, Commissioner.
Happy birthday.
49 again.
49 again. And also before the proclamation, as I was sitting down, I found this, a beautiful, beautiful little gift from our VSO Valley, or Valley Symphony Orchestra. It's a thank you note. So a lot of the times the city doesn't get any thank yous, but VSO, thank you so much for the thank you. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, VSO. Then we have a proclamation. We have Gustavo Escandon, Commissioner Aguirre. He's doing everything today.
Great day. You know, we're going through graduations right now, and if you have the opportunity to hear some of the graduation valedictorians and salutatorium speeches and get to possibly see them, it's fantastic. We're growing some great individuals in our area. We should be very, very proud. Today's proclamation, you know, is twofold. You know, having the academic and also, you know, the athletic ability, you know, it's challenging, and it takes that commitment, and that's what we're all about. In this community, that's what we want. We want to be able to have that opportunity, to give the opportunity for those that wish to make a difference in their lives. And at today's proclamation is to a very good young man. Whereas the City of McAllen takes great pride in encouraging young citizens whose discipline, perseverance, and character bring honor to their families, their schools, and the entire community. And whereas Gustavo Escandon, a senior at at McAllen Memorial High School, has distinguished himself as an excellent student athlete within the McAllen Memorial Mustang powerlifting program. And whereas in the spring of 2026, Gustavo achieved historic success in the Texas High School Powerlifting Association State Championship in Abilene, Texas, becoming the school's first ever male powerlifting state champion. And whereas competing in the 198-pound division, Gustavo achieved a remarkable championship total of lifting 1,735 pounds, of which 675 were in squats, 425 pounds in bench press, and 635 pounds in deadlift, and earned outstanding lifter of the state of Texas. And whereas over the last 3 years, Gustavo has school records across the 242-pound, 220-pound, and 198-pound divisions, while additionally representing the Mustangs in football and in track and field. And whereas Gustavo's historic achievements stem from his uncommon commitment, humility, and leadership, serving as a powerful role model who proves the daily efforts of courage, teamwork, and extraordinary results. And now I, Tony Aguirre, here City Commissioner of the City of McAllen, by vested in me and the City Commission, the Mayor and the City Commission, do hereby proclaim Gustavo Escandon Day.
Excellent.
No? Okay, thank you. Let's come take a picture.
Well, congratulations. I think I can probably lift 1,000 pounds, but 20 pounds at a time, but I can do it. So, let's see. Okay, public hearings.
Omar. Mr. Sotelo.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners. The following items went to Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of May the 19th. Item number 1 is rezoning from R1 to R1. This is at 301 Houston Avenue. This is just west of 2nd Street. Item number 2 is rezoning from C1, C3 to C1. This is for Rio Branco. This is at the corner of South Jackson and McCall at 720 and 800 East Jackson Avenue. Item number 3 is rezoning from R1 to R1. This is located at 309 Quince Avenue. This is just on north of 2nd Street. I'm sorry, north of 2nd Street. Item number 4 is the city-initiated rezoning of 443 parcels.
Okay. Is anybody here to speak against any of these items? Anyone to speak against any of these items? And if not,
Motion to approve.
all in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Next item, I need a motion to amend the zoning ordinance of the city of McAllen.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Consent agenda items A through
L.
L. Do we need to pull anything out?
Mayor, I would just point out that item B is the alley rehab section B project we discussed in the workshop.
Do we need to pull anything out? If not, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against?
But don't we need to,
Remove it.
what do we need to remove?
I just wanted to make sure the commission was aware that the section B alley rehabilitation projects that we discussed in the workshop were part of the consent agenda to be approved.
Okay.
So that section B work will be awarded.
We
now.
don't need to formally approve it. Okay, great.
Well, we did.
But we did already.
Okay, item number 3.
Yeah, Mayor, item 3A is an award of contract for auditing services for the fiscal year ending 26 through 30. Sonia?
Good afternoon. On April 15th, the Purchasing Department issued a request for proposal for auditing services for fiscal year 2026 to 2030. On May 8th, the city received proposals from 6 firms. All firms are qualified and capable of auditing the city's financial statements. Excuse me. Primary difference among the proposals was audit fees. Based on staff's recommendation, the Audit Investment Committee unanimously voted on June 3rd to recommend awarding the auditing services contract to Burton, McCumber, and Longoria for approval.
Who do we have right now?
Weaver?
Weaver, Mayor.
Weaver, okay,
And we
but you
did-
usually want to change it after so many.
We
Okay.
do. We extended Weaver's contract by 1 extra year due to some delays in the implementation of the ERP project. This year, Weaver did assign a new partner to the account, so we did have fresh eyes within Weaver. But we do, every couple of years, try to rotate those services, so there's always fresh eyes looking at our financials.
In the packet, there weren't prices indicated.
It's not based, you can't base these on price.
Price was one of the factors in the scoring criteria. Overall, Burton McCumber scored highest amongst all of the categories that were reviewed by staff in selecting the firm. Their fees were the most competitive.
Yes.
Even though we cannot be based on low,
It was not.
okay.
The Audit Investment Committee passed it this past week. J.J. Zamora, Ernie Williams, and myself sit on it. And we're real pleased that a local firm was able to.
Commissioner Zamora had some good questions at the meeting. One of the things he was specifically concerned about was whether the firm had municipal experience, government experience, and so we did cover that. I don't remember specifically all of the entities that they had done work for, but I believe it includes Hidalgo County and several other larger entities in the area. So,
As well as some of the school districts, too.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I was
So,
satisfied.
so we felt comfortable moving forward with it.
It's a 5-year term?
Yes, sir. For 26 to 30.
That's any other questions?
Motion to approve contract.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Against? Motion carries. Item B.
Eduardo, item number B, Mayor, is award a contract for the Lindbergh Avenue and 6th Street Drainage Improvement Project.
Mayor and Commission, the scope of work focuses on stormwater management. The project includes approximately 500 linear feet of 15-inch slotted drain, 1,415 linear feet of 15-inch storm pipe, associated pavement reconstruction. The project also includes the removal and replacement of 2,135 feet of 18-inch curb and gutter, driveway and sidewalk concrete flat work. The infrastructure will facilitate the capture and conveyance of stormwater runoff. The engineer of record, Meldon and Hunt, and staff recommend award of the contract to the lowest responsive bidder, Global Construction and Design of McAllen, Texas, in the amount of $364,886.34 with a contract time of 90 days. We've included the bid pricing in the back and a little map of the area that is to be improved, and we open it up for any questions.
Any questions?
In the scoring, are y'all taking into account past experience with the vendors?
So for the construction contract, this was strictly a low bid. We did not do a competitive seal proposal for this. This one is a construction contract, Commissioner.
Well, but in construction contracts, if they have not performed in the past well in our community, we do take that in consideration. But the engineer has to also review that they are able to perform the duties.
Okay, yes.
Right.
So what we did on this instance, and we do on most of our contracts, when we have a vendor that we haven't used before, we'll call, we'll get representative projects that are similar to these. We talked to the sub in this instance that will also be performing some of the work. We interviewed them, and so our engineers went through that diligence, felt comfortable in making the recommendation, and then we also checked with Meldon and Hunt and got a similar recommendation on that.
Okay, so just the lowest responsible bidder.
This is the lowest responsibility. We just do some due diligence, like Commissioner Aguirre mentioned. to make sure that they perform work in the area and they're competent in the work.
Righty, any other questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item C.
So this is consideration and authorization to negotiate scope and fee with the top-ranked firm, Construction Engineering Inspection Services for the FM 22 underground trail passing. The proposed construction of the underpass at FM 2220 is approximately 300 feet north of the intersection of Houston Avenue and will provide connectivity between the McAllen Convention Center and the West Side Park. The scope of work includes construction engineering and inspection, material testing, and construction management services. Staff recommends authorization to negotiate the scope of services and fee schedule with the top-ranked firm B2Z Engineering of Mission, Texas. If negotiations are unsuccessful, staff will cease negotiations and with the city manager's approval, initiate negotiations with the next highest-ranked firms. We've included the scoring of those firms, and we open it up for any questions.
Any questions?
I had a question on the evaluation criteria. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are they all equally weighted the same, so that the maximum was 100 points or 80 points, or are they weighted differently in terms of maximum number of points?
Per score, they're all weighted the same, and so we give them the scoring criteria. It's not included here, but it's usually about 30 points, 32 points, and each one of us will score that. So they're based on the same rank.
So for example, on the relevant experience, what's the maximum points that they could have got?
Relative experience is 30. Key personnel is 25. The project
Oh, then you
management.
add them from, okay, got it.
Right.
Okay. Never mind, understood.
Okay.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item 4.
Mayor, item 4A is an ordinance providing for the abandonment of a 10-foot utility easement
Do I hear a
at
motion to approve?
7901 North 10th Street.
I'd like to get rid of easements.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Number 5.
All right, item number 5 is a couple variances. So item number 5 is located at 11401 North 10th, just south of State Highway 107. The proposed subdivision Alhambra on 10th, which is 67 residential lots. They're requesting 2 variances, one for internal road right-of-way width and proposing 50 feet in lieu of the 60 with 60-foot, with 10 foot of sidewalk and utility easements, and exceed the variance number 2 is exceed the maximum block length with which we have bicentennial on the west side, so we won't let them punch out into that one. And we already have a development to the south side, so there's nowhere for them to connect to. The development team and P&Z recommend approval of the variances.
Okay, any questions, comments?
I take it.
I think I saw that they have 40 feet of
Paving back to back.
paving, so
Yes,
that.
sir.
that-
Yes, Commissioner.
And the
that'll
planning
suffice
department.
the need.
Oh, sorry. The planning department is in agreement or approval with
Yes,
the
Commissioner.
request?
Yes, sir.
Motion to
No other
approve.
options. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item B.
Item B, this property is located at 2201 South Benson Road, just south of Uvalde. This is a 3-lot residential development. They are requesting 3 variances. One, not to dedicate the required right-of-way on South Benson. They are proposing 10 feet of right-of-way and with the 20. Meeting the required cul-de-sac requirements. Variance number 3 is not to provide sidewalks on south side of the east and west interior streets. The development team and planning and zoning commission recommend approval of request 1 and 3, but disapproval of variance number 2. And we need the required 96 feet of for paving from face to face for the fire access. So we're recommending approval of 1 and 3 and disapproval of 2.
Questions, comments?
This is on Benson Way?
Yes, sir. So it's just a 3-lot subdivision, so they can modify that last lot for they can comply with the cul-de-sac requirement.
Move to approve as recommended.
Do I hear a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item C.
Item C, this property is located in our ETJ at 14601 North Trosper Road, just south of 9.5 Mile. They are requesting not to provide the east-west quarter-mile collector street that is needed. We have received a quarter of a mile of right-of-way to the east. The development team is willing to relocate the 60 feet of right-of-way from the middle of their property and move it north to their property line and only require 30 feet of right-of-way. This would allow us to still have the connectivity. If we don't get the 30 feet of right-of-way, the city will need to purchase the property at a later date. Planning and zoning approved the variance, but the development team would like to get the quarter-mile collector.
Okay. So y'all are okay if they give up the property in the north, or?
Correct. So instead of cutting them in the middle and giving us 60, okay, we'll do 30, but do it on the north side.
You'll still be able to connect later on?
Correct. It'll be a jog to it, but it'll still work.
And the 30 feet is sufficient?
Correct. We'll get the additional 30 feet from the property to the north when they develop.
When these variances are given and you're moving it like that to where the adjacent property owner is then going to be under an obligation to provide that as well, is there any notice given to the adjacent property owners?
No, sir.
Why not? That's a good point. I've
It's
often wondered that.
Okay. It's just when it's development driven and it's just not something we don't do.
So if we do this, then the other person, whenever it gets developed, is gonna have to go.
Right.
Go with it too,
So we're affecting the other person.
Right,
correct.
For this
without getting
person's-
notice.
Correct.
Well, they have noticed that the variance was requested, so let's
Oh, I
make sure
see.
that's
But
clear.
they don't, but
Oh,
they
They
don't
know
know.
what it is.
Right.
They don't
Right.
know that the conversation is that they're going to move the right-of-way from the middle to the adjacent property line.
I don't like variances when they affect somebody else, or it's gonna cost our residents in the future.
That's a good point.
See, my concern is just the alignment. I know you can do a dog leg so that when you hit Trosper, you have a controlled, nice four-way intersection, right? But the way it is right now, it wouldn't be that, right?
No. But then we'd be taking 60 feet out of this particular
Right.
development.
I'm completely in favor of moving it. It makes sense to put it on the north property line where it won't affect their development land, but I do think it is an issue when you're affecting an adjacent property owner.
Right.
I don't know the method by which we could have that done. I don't know that the code necessarily provides for it, but it does seem like that is a notification and a possible opportunity for that adjacent property owner to comment before we set it in
He
motion.
might want it because he's going to get a street.
No, it should benefit
It
him.
should benefit, but just in case, he should know.
Yeah, so Austin, you can speak to the notice requirements, but the notice requirements under the local government code require us to provide notice that a variance has been applied for, and the citizen or property owner has the right to be at the planning and zoning.
They
or
do have a right, but they don't know
what the conversation is going to be.
conversation's
That's right.
gonna be.
Or what the
And
net
there's some
effect of the
statutory
decision will
requirements.
have on there.
There's statutory requirements of what that notice has to say, but Commissioner, the point's well taken, and I can look into if there's other language we want to consider including in that notice, so that there's a little bit more.
Yeah, like to explain what the possible outcomes or consequences or actions that the city could
That's gonna be
take.
very difficult.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's gonna
It
be
is,
very
Very difficult.
it is difficult because it ties the city's hands to some degree on negotiating a compromise in any of the variances that are being requested. Still, we likely know who the adjacent property owner is, correct? So a call could be made, even if we don't tie our hands by building something additional, an additional requirement into the code as an informal process. If we're doing something in the process by which we're agreeing to a change in what was applied for, it does seem that informally we could contact another property owner that is being affected.
I think we should.
It makes common sense.
I mean, we can't benefit somebody at the detriment of somebody else, and that's really what we'd be doing without them knowing what we're doing.
Certainly no harm in offering some additional transparency. We'll see if we can work on a process to accomplish that.
Thank you.
Okay, so what are we doing this, and table it?
No.
No, we're gonna,
What do you want to do?
Well,
Well, we have to, we're gonna look into it.
Well, I mean, that way, hopefully it can go communicate with the other owner. They may be willing to say, you know what, I'd love to have a street right here.
Make a motion to table said item.
A second? Second. In favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item D.
This property is also located in RTJ. It is at 11505 North Bryan, just north of State Highway 107. This is for a two-lot subdivision, one residential and one commercial. They are requesting 3 variances. 1, not to provide the required alley for commercial property, and 2, not to provide the required north-south collector street, and 3, to exceed the maximum block length. The development team approved variance 1 and 3 and disapproved variance number 2. At the Planning and Zoning Commission, the Planning and Zoning Commission approved all 3 variances. We are already gotten a quarter of a mile of the right-of-way to the south of this development. The city would have to, of course, purchase the additional right-of-way at a later date to keep the connectivity.
That's exactly, you're saying if that we already have a quarter mile.
Of a mile.
Collector,
South,
and they're asking for a variance.
not to do it.
Okay, so there was how many asked? 3 asked on this one?
So there was 3 variances. We're okay. Development team is okay with 1 and 3, and disapproval of the number 2.
Okay, and 1 was what?
The not to provide the required alley, so they can do a service drive in lieu of an alley.
And
The number 3 is the maximum block length. So of course they're already sandwiched in between the other developed areas, so we're fine with a block length.
2 is,
The south north-south collector.
and that's your recommendation?
Correct.
1, 3, minus 2.
Yes.
Commission?
Move to approve as recommended.
Explain a little bit more about the north-south collector. I don't understand.
So further south on that particular one, we've already gotten a quarter of a mile collector on this particular one. So it's just south of 107 at this particular neighborhood, we had already gotten
Oh, I see.
the right of way. So this would just continue it north.
So they're not wanting to give up the right-of-way that
Correct.
we're requesting.
Yes, sir.
See, and that's the issue that I have, because on our thoroughfare plan, which is all those nice squared out black lines on Northwest McAllen, we're going to start binding ourselves if we don't give the right-of-way. And I keep having these images from the 80s and early 90s of 29th Street between, what was it, Daffodil and Vine, where the big transmission poles are, and part of the street was curved. Tony, where are you? Yeah, you know this, Tony. And then part of the street was not, right? And that's where obviously there was a disconnect in terms of right-of-way. I think we're setting ourselves for further problems, once this board has come and gone and another board sits to look at, but I think we have to be forward-thinking, long-term. This area looks like it's starting to get populated and subdivided, and let's not put ourselves in a box, right? So I'll make a motion to approve items 1 and 3 and disapprove 2.
That's the
I
motion on the table.
Oh, that's a second. Okay, I wasn't listening. My apologies, Commissioner. Okay.
There be a person, the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item E.
Item 3, this property is located at 2801 South 10th. This is on South 10th and Sunset. This is for Quinta Mazatlán. They are requesting 2 variances. 1, not to dedicate the required right-of-way for South 10th, and 2, to allow a lot to develop without the frontage onto a public street. We are getting additional 10 feet of right-of-way for South 10th, so a total of 110. South 10th is 150. However, we've already have the 5 lanes in this particular area, and we don't see this expanding anytime soon. So we are recommending approval on both of those.
What do our friends at TxDOT have to say about this?
I don't know about that. That's going to be his section.
Do they, I mean, it's their highway, right?
I don't need to check in with TxDOT. They're gonna say that they want it. That's their standard response when
Oh,
we're
I
talking
see.
about right of way. And so when they look at the thoroughfare plan, well, for us as the planners or the engineering department, we know that we already have a build out of
That's the maximum
by the mall,
Okay.
the country club. You go down this property, and so when we were looking at designing the Center for Urban Ecology, We took that into account. We took into account the size of 10th Street already, and we don't see that expanding any further.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Managers report.
Mayor, item 6A is consideration and approval of a name to be selected for a new McAllen Public Library Foundation. Kate?
Perfect name, McAllen Public Library Foundation.
Good evening. Sorry, I didn't know if you wanted me to come forward. So we would like to name this new foundation, McAllen Public Library Foundation. What we're hoping is to get sponsorships to be able to give scholarships, $1,000 scholarships or so for students who might be lacking the funding to go to higher education.
You can't get any clearer than that one, McAllen Public.
Yeah.
Library
Love the
Foundation.
name. It has McAllen.
Or you have a recommendation?
That,
That is my recommendation.
All
Yes, sir.
okay, do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Mayor, item 6B is a
And
review.
thank you very much, Kate. Kate has done a tremendous
has.
job
Way to go,
at our
Kate.
McAllen Library.
The library has been really busy this year.
It's incredible the use.
And even did a great job Thursday at the Citizens League with the presentation.
Yay.
Mayor, item 6B is a review of the quarterly investment report for the quarter ended March 31, 2026.
The quarterly investment report for quarter ending March 31st, 2026 is in compliance with the Public Funds Investment Act and the city's investment policy. The ending book value for the quarter was $485,113,723. The weighted average yield to maturity was 3.86%. The quarterly investment report was reviewed by the Audit Investment Committee on June 3rd, and they recommend approval.
So moved.
Questions?
Oh,
No, Mayor, I'll just comment. Sonia and her team downstairs in finance have done a really good job. We are being much more active in paying attention to cash flow needs and making sure that we are taking advantage of interest rates that exist today for fear that they may change in the near future. So Sonia and her team have got us well ahead of where we thought we would be right now with investment income. So they're doing a great job. Just wanted to compliment them on that. This report was presented to the Audit Investment Committee at the meeting a week or so ago for review and approval. And it's our recommendation that the commission accept this report.
Hear a motion to accept.
so moved to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia.
Future advisory board.
Advisory
appointments, Mayor.
board appointments.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Commission. This item is for advisory board appointments, and I have received nominations from two of the city commissioners. Commissioner Zamora is reappointing James Collins to the Friends of Quinta and Christopher Davis to the Historic Preservation Council. He's also nominating Rick Guerra to Friends of Quinta as a reappointment. That appointment requires the approval of the entire commission. And Commissioner Rios is appointing Barry Patel to the Friends of Quinta. And that's it.
All the ones eligible for reappointment, I'll reappoint.
Okay.
And then on the Community Development Council, I'm appointing Jose Trevino.
Jose Trevino, you said?
Correct.
Got it. And if there's no other nominations,
Anybody else?
Perla, just a question, Perla. On the Convention Center Advisory Board, I don't have nobody?
on,
Put Brisa Castillo.
yes, you do. I actually had sent you an email, just wanted to confirm that that's, we're good with that nomination on the library board.
On the library?
Yes.
Oh, the library, board, okay.
Yes, it was the library board.
Okay.
Do you need a motion to approve Rick Guerra from the whole commission?
That's the full commit, requires the entire commission.
Motion to approve Rick Guerra?
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries, and I guess I need a motion to approve everybody else.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Future agenda items.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. City Manager, on this item, I'd like to get maybe just a quick update, whether it be the Friday highlights or some workshop with regards to movement or progress on the Traffic Department building. It's a piece of property the city had acquired some years ago, and just like to get an update in terms of design progress with it.
Yes, sir.
Also,
Is that the one next to Rubens?
Yes.
we were supposed to get some updates from AEP on that area they're using from the city quarterly.
Oh, that's right.
I want to know where we're at with that.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Council, what do we have in executive session items?
Mayor, with regards to item 7A, no action is necessary. With regards to item 7C, no action is necessary. But with regards to item 7B, I recommend that the board entertain a motion to instruct the city manager and city attorney to proceed as described in executive session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all so much.
Regular City Commission meetings are held on the second and fourth Monday of each month. Meetings are broadcast on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on the McAllen Cable Network.